Hi everyone, my name is Jenna, known as Told by Jenna on my social media channels. You may have come across the CNBC YouTube video where I was interviewed talking about my struggles with the current job market. And in case you haven't seen it, I'll link it down below so that you can check it out. It's a very insightful piece and I was really glad that I got the opportunity to be a part of that story. So I just made this video to, first of all, thank you all for your wonderful comments and congratulating me on my job, just wishing me the best of luck and success moving forward. I really appreciate that. While I was reading through the comments, though, it was really sad to hear some of your stories and experiences that you're going through right now or in the past with job hunting. Definitely not easy, and if you are looking for a job right now, just keep your head up, keep going. You can do this. It's not you, it's just the crazy world that we're in right now. So but you know, I was able to do it. I was unemployed for over 4 months, and thankfully I was able to get a job. So if I can do it, I know you can do it. So hopefully that's your encouragement for the day. But yeah, I just wanted to make this video to clear up all the multitude of questions that I've been receiving just via the video. I've had people emailing me and messaging me on LinkedIn as well. So I just wanted to just try to make one comprehensive video. But of course, if there's additional questions, just feel free to ask below and I'm happy to answer them. Yeah, so the first question is, how was I selected to be a part of this interview, or how did I get the chance to be a part of it? So the producer actually reached out to me. It was from a TikTok that I posted last month where I was kind of just talking to the camera, just kind of ranting a bit about my experience with the job market and the struggles I was facing trying to get a job in this current environment. So the producer saw that, and I don't know if he was already planning on writing a story about it and just happened to come across my video or what it was. But yeah, so he messaged me and I agreed to do the interview. I didn't realize I was going to be the only job seeker that was being interviewed, so that was interesting to see. I had the option to do an interview in person where the producer and the camera person would come to my home and record me for a few hours, just doing, I guess, normal stuff and as well as talking to me. Unfortunately, my house is undergoing like a huge renovation, so there's like everything everywhere. So I just ended up doing a video interview with him. A fair amount of what I said was omitted from the original video, which I understand because given so many pieces of interviews to fit in a 10-minute time frame, that can be very challenging. So I can add some additional background as well in this video if you're interested. Another common question I received a lot is if doing this interview with CNBC helped me get a job. It did not. I'm sure there's other benefits from being able to do the interview, like being able to connect with all of you. And having my face seen by like 1 million people, that's pretty cool. I've never had that happen before. I haven't had any employers reach out to me directly because of doing the interview. I've had employers reach out to me, but it was from jobs that I had already applied to. So I've just been turning them down as they come in, as the company that I did get a job with, fortunately, had a very quick and efficient hiring process. So I'm happy with them so far. I guess leading into my next question, where are you going next? I haven't started yet, so I'd rather not disclose the name of the business. I'll just say that it's a large Fortune 500 company in the pharmaceutical space. And I received that job through a referral from a friend. However, it's not the end all be all. I did receive other referrals from friends at different organizations, and the rest of those didn't go anywhere. In fact, one of them actually ghosted me. I did want to provide more clarification on the story that was shared during the CNBC interview regarding the large financial institution where I withdrew myself from the recruitment process. So a part of that was cut out. So first of all, the job was in New York City. I do not live in New York City, so I would have had to relocate for that job. And while the job did pay a fair amount, personally, I don't think it was high enough to justify moving to one of the most expensive cities in the world. However, desperate times, desperate measures, I definitely applied geographically all over the place just to try to cast a wide net since I had that flexibility. So with that interview process, it involved a phone interview, a Zoom interview with a team member. The next step was the case study. I received very vague instructions on how to do that case study. I have never done a case study before, but now I was up for the challenge. So I just researched as much as I could about it, and from the instructions that I did get, made sure that all of the components that were listed were provided in, a short PowerPoint presentation for them, and then I submitted it back to them. So after I submitted it, I didn't hear back from them for a while. I mean, it was during holiday time, so by the time I heard back from them, it was in the new year. So the recruiter had just said that, we don't feel that there's enough quantitative analysis. So I was like, okay, let me look at it and see what I can add to it. So I looked at it, and honestly, so I made an attempt. I tried to see, what I could add to it to make it more numbery. So the case study was based off of negative feedback, like customer complaints, that I found online. So I wasn't even provided the data set. I had to find that myself and, do all these things based off of that specific data set. For what I did, and given my background, like I'm not even a finance person, and this was not a finance job. It was more of like a project management job that involved, I guess, some data analysis stuff on the side. But I guess the team just really wanted more quantitative stuff in there. And, I just thought about it, and this is really just beyond my skill set, I think, of what they're asking for. And if I'm struggling in the interview process, what am I actually going to be like doing the job? And then not to mention having to relocate, getting fired in New York City, that sounds like a nightmare. And don't forget, even if I completed the case study the way they wanted, I still would have had to do 3 more interviews based off of that case study. So yeah, 5 interviews and a case study for more or less an entry-level job at an investment firm. And this is all unpaid, like everything. So I didn't think my time was worth that personally, and I could have used that time and energy towards applying to other jobs. So that's why I decided to do that. And another fun story that I wanted to share during my job process, I applied to a job in Arkansas. I have never been to Arkansas in my life. So imagine applying to a job there. I was selected for a phone interview. They were half an hour late to the phone interview, but I had it. So that company, it's a very large company, you can't miss it. They have a very, very disorganized recruitment system process, whatever. They basically just use like AI, and for whatever reason, I guess they don't want to give their recruiter emails out, so they contact you on LinkedIn. Yeah, it was very weird. So I'm either talking to like a chat bot or random person on LinkedIn, who, by the way, wasn't even the person I had the phone interview with. And whoever I did have the phone interview with, they were 30 minutes late. I followed up with the LinkedIn person afterwards, and they just told me I passed, and I said, okay, cool, I'll listen for next steps. Those next steps never came, so I followed up again. And the next thing they tell me is I have to apply on their website. So for that job, I had used the LinkedIn Easy Apply, which I didn't realize at the time because I also applied to other jobs from their company website. So as soon as they told me that, I just went ahead and applied to their, so as soon as they told me that, I just went ahead and applied for that specific role on their website. And the recruiter had said that the hiring manager just restarted hiring or whatever for that role. So I was like, okay, cool, maybe I'll hear something soon. I applied. I have still heard nothing about my candidacy for that company. So I'm just gonna assume it's a no. But yeah, it was just a very weird, impersonal experience with that company, which is disappointing because I shop there a lot. I will provide a little bit of job advice, job tips, because I have been getting that a lot as well. Just general advice, just talk to as many people as you can in your personal network, friends, family, neighbors, whoever. Just let them know, anyone that knows you, just let them be aware that you're looking for a job. If they're working at a company, is their company hiring? If they are, could they do a referral for you? A lot of people like doing referrals because they often get bonuses from their company. So who doesn't like getting extra money, especially right now with how everything is in the economy? So they'll definitely go to bat for you, and they might even follow up with the recruiter or the manager to be like, hey, or what's going on with this application? My network did play a part in getting some eyes on my application, so I appreciate that. And then tying into your network, make sure that you have at least 3 people that you can use as professional references, just in case the employer asks for them. Personally, I hate references. Like it doesn't make any sense to me because it's people that you pre-select. In fact, it could just be you with 3 different numbers and 3 different voices and no one has to know. I don't recommend doing that, but I'm just saying. Some of them might want like a past supervisor as well, so you can't just pick like your friends or coworker friends or whatever. So make sure that you have a good relationship with your managers. So if you have visited my YouTube channel, you've probably noticed me displaying products and stuff like that. That's what I was doing during my fun employment, so to speak. I started freelancing as a UGC content creator. UGC stands for user generated content. You promote products for brands. It can either be on your own social media page, especially if you have more followers, to be more of like an influencer, versus just content creator. You create content and the brand posts it on their social media. That's where the money is, people. So I started diving into that before I lost my job, but obviously I had to go into it full time since being unemployed. And I have been like bombarded now with different products. I mostly do like beauty or health and wellness, sometimes fashion products, but like random stuff as well. So another recommendation I would suggest for you is to have some kind of side hustle or odd job going while you can, to supplement your unemployment income. Because we all know unemployment income isn't paying for nothing. I know it's hard when you're job hunting to want to just focus on finding a job, which I totally understand. And just make sure that you're making time for yourself too. Whatever hobbies or activities that you like doing, starting that side hustle or candle business that you've always wanted to do but never had the time to, or even just watching or making TikTok videos, because you never know where it's gonna lead you. If you made it to the end of this video, I just wanted to thank you for your time in watching this video, and I hope this gave you some encouragement to keep moving forward and then get you that job. I would appreciate it if you could subscribe and like this video and comment if you have any additional questions or comments that you would like to add. I'm going to start posting more regularly on this YouTube channel. So thank you for your time. Have a nice day, everyone.